My name's Lucas Grant. If you're here for a tidy fairy tale, this isn't it. I married into the Aldridge clan, people who measure worth in square footage and quarterly profits from their furniture chain. Harold, the patriarch in starched khakis, could turn the weather into a lecture on seasonal sales. Patricia smiled like a hostess and cut like a scalpel. Trevor, the heir, spoke fluent buzzword. Chloe floated through life on other people's money. And Marissa, my wife, slowly learned their language until I felt like the stray they let inside when it rained. I made 42K scheduling trucks. Honest work, not cocktail party work. Dinner with her family was a recurring performance review. I learned to chew quietly and dodge questions about my 5-year plan. Everything snapped at Christmas. A speech about family through thick and thin. Then the same thin smiles. Driving home, I promised myself something would change. I didn't know the universe was already loading the dice. 2 months later, I stopped for gas, bought a Mega Millions quick pick, forgot about it, and that night matched every number. After taxes, $19.5 million. I looked at the ticket, then at my wife watching a renovation show, and felt not joy, caution. Her family had taught me that money changes how people look at you, so I told no one. I quit my job with a decoy story about company trouble and watched reactions. Marissa's first move wasn't, "We'll figure it out." It was, "Ask my dad." That became the test. I went, hat in hand. Harold offered me $10 an hour sweeping the warehouse. Patricia said they were watching expenses. Trevor delivered a sermon on responsibility. Chloe couldn't spare 20 bucks. She was supporting the arts. 4 doors, 4 shut. Mystery solved. Meanwhile, I built something. Through a quiet LLC, I bought a modest house, replaced my dying Civic with the same model, new engine, same color, and started Midwest Retail Solutions, consulting for struggling retailers. I hired Brian, a decent guy from my old world. Then, Kara, a sharp new grad. We listened, fixed inventory, rewired POS systems, launched e-commerce, and, crucially, fronted the capital. Clients paid us with fees and equity. Within months, we turned 2 chains around and had a wait list. No press releases, no bragging at Sunday dinner, just work. Around month 7, the Aldridge shine dulled. Suppliers tightened terms. The least. BMW vanished. A practical Honda appeared. Kara's quiet market scan confirmed what whispers hinted. $400K in vendor debt. 3 months behind on rent, credit maxed. 2 months of runway at best. Then Trevor called. Coffee? He circled for 20 minutes about strategic partnerships before confessing. They needed $200K for 20%. A life raft priced like a yacht. I asked what the business was really worth. He bluffed. I turned my phone and showed him a checking balance north of $2.8 million. I won the lottery, I said. Been building a real company ever since. His face did a full system crash. I'll buy Aldridge Furniture outright for $300K, I said. I take the debt, the leases, the suppliers. If you and Harold stay, it's as employees, 25-hour. For him as a consultant, $15 for you in sales, 48 hours. After that, I wait for bankruptcy and buy the assets cheaper. He went home white as paper. Marissa called at dawn, furious and confused. I told her the truth. The win, the company, the offer. She asked why I hadn't told her. Because when I said I lost my job, you sent me to your dad, I said. I needed to know who I'd actually married. Patricia phoned next, icy and indignant, accusing me of cruelty. I reminded her of the $10 warehouse offer, the tight budget speech, the sermon on responsibility. This isn't revenge, I said. It's business, something you always said you respected. That night, I sat across from the whole family in their museum living room and slid proof across the table. Bank letters, registrations, client contracts. The room went very still when I laid out terms again. Harold puffed up. Patricia bristled. Trevor sputtered about his MBA. Marissa called me a bastard for watching them struggle. You watched me struggle, I said. The difference is, I had a plan. They had 36 hours left. They took 35 hours and 57 minutes. The sale closed. I rebranded to Grant Retail Solutions, modernized the operation, raised starting pay to 18 days with real benefits, and set up a hardship fund, the thing I could have used when I'd lost my job. We paid bills on time, treated suppliers like partners, launched a serious online store, and within a year, we were profitable. Within 18 months, expanding. Harold stayed on 3 days a week, rearranging vignettes and delivering unasked advice. He studies our quarterly reports like they're written in code. Trevor lasted 8 months before quitting in a huff. Last I heard, he sells insurance for less than I pay entry-level analysts. Patricia avoids me. Chloe found an actual job at a gallery and, miracle of miracles, buys her own groceries. Marissa and I tried 6 more months. We were polite strangers dividing air. She wanted an apology for the secret. I wanted acknowledgement for the 8 public, years that came before it. We separated without theatrics, divorced without a fight. I kept the quiet house, the quiet car, the quiet life. 2 years on, my office looks down at the old flagship showroom. Sarah, who made 12-hour for a decade, is now floor manager at $55K plus bonuses. Her kids' college fund actually grows. At the holiday party we throw for employees and families, people laugh without keeping score. Kara's daughter teaches the ops lead a unicorn game. Brian toasts the team. No one's performing. No one's waiting for a lecture. Sometimes Harold stands at the edge of the floor, hands on hips, staring at a business that finally became what he always said it was. He once asked how I got suppliers to give us terms he could never secure. Paid them. On time, I said, and treated them like adults. I still live below the fold, good house, not gaudy. Trips I don't post. Investments that hum. The windfall was fuel, not identity. The real prize was freedom. To help people who help back. To walk away from rooms where respect is rationed. To build a family you choose. When I needed a hand, the Aldridges offered me a broom. When they needed a lifeline, I offered a contract. That's not revenge, that's an audit. And I keep very clean books.